The theme of our convention this year is actually Heart for Eden, a Hand at Ecology. Well, briefly speaking, it really means our concern for ecology. And we have three objectives. First is we would like to provide a venue for our member schools for sharing of best practices, especially related to education for sustainable development and also for implementing advocacy programs and campaigns for sustainable development. We realize that many of our schools, whether they are urban schools or those in the provinces, big or small schools, we realized as we were making a survey that many of them actually have very good programs on ecology. And so we would like to highlight that on the first day or during the convention. We would like them to share their best practices. We have tried to look at different regions, and they will be doing that. Secondly, we also are asking them to share on some of the curricula that they have in schools that are really also integrating advocacy for ecology in classroom instruction. And then, of course, in terms of school administration and operations, we know that there are also programs related to that. So that is one of the first objectives that we have. Now, in relation to these objectives, in the program, this afternoon, for instance, we will have speeches. The keynote speech will be given by Most Reverend Arturo Bastes of Sorsogon, who will be talking to us about the theme, Heart for Eden and a Hand at Ecology. And then after that, we will have also a speech by Attorney Antonio Oposa, who is the Ramon Magsaysay Awardee for Ecology. He will be talking about the situation of the environment, global and national challenges. Actually, he gave us a CD that has more than 200 slides. You know, that CD alone is already worth going to the convention. And we are providing that to our delegates. Thirdly, we will also have another speech by the chairwoman, who is Honorable Patrice Licuanan, on advocating for ecology. And then the second one that we have, the second objective that we have, is actually to recommend or to determine ways by which the CEAP and the member schools can critically engage government, business, and civil society in pursuit of a genuine national reform agenda for education, sustainable development, and environmental protection. Here in this second objective, what we would like to do is actually to look at different agencies. First, the government, second, the business, and thirdly, the civil society. And we ask ourselves how we can engage with them so that we can promote education for sustainable development. Again, in this area, on Friday, we will have a donors forum where we invited something like 7 different NGOs and agencies who will be who are open to helping our schools by way of donations in cash and in kind in order to pursue ecological campaign in their different schools. One of them, I think, is even based here in Cebu, which is the Aboitiz Foundation for Greening Philippines. And of course, there are other groups. In relation to this also, we have invited, of course, government agencies, and then we have also invited, of course, the business sector. The third objective that we have is to recommend measures for a more efficient and effective advocacy and services to strengthen the CEAP's organization at the national, regional, and international level. What we mean by this is really capability building and strengthening of our organization. This is the business part of the convention. This will be held tomorrow morning, and during this part, we will hear the report of the president. We will also hear the report of the treasurer, and we will be talking about the bylaws of the CEA.